We want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Touring and Cruises. Here's something you might not know. Booking with a travel advisor doesn't cost you anything. Disney pays them after you travel. You'll pay the same price you see online, but Touring and Cruises adds an enhanced level of service. Their expert advisors watch for discounts and apply them automatically, even after you book. And it's not just Disney. They can help with cruises, Universal, and all kinds of vacations. Whether you want help planning it all or just someone in your corner if plans change, they're here to help. And yes, they'll wait on hold with Disney 4 hours, so you don't have to. So when you're ready to plan your next trip, head to touringandcruises.com and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, let's rope drop.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. I am Doug McKnight here with Lauren Shields. And Lauren, it is an exciting show because it's a trip report show.
I know. I'm excited. I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
I know. We recorded the last show early so that we didn't have to worry about that while I was at sea. But we're not going to talk about while I was at sea. We're going to talk about the land portion because we had some Disney World time, and I didn't, but my better half went to Epic Universe.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I got to hear it all.
We're going to talk some Universal and some Disney. We're going to cover it all in this trip report today. But, you know, I ran into quite a few patrons on this trip. Yes.
Did you say hi and were you polite and nice?
Yes, I was. I behaved myself. Yeah, it's good you checked out on me. But yeah, quite a few patrons and quite a few listeners all said hi to me as I roamed around the park. And we had some on the ship, too.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, Patreons. We have no new ones since you've been gone, so
yeah,
that's sad. And you can have tears tonight. But thank you to our current Patreons. We appreciate all your support. It helps us grow the show, get better equipment, stuff like that. I promise we're not buying fancy cars with the extra support.
No, we're not. But it keeps the lights on, so to speak. So thank you very much for the support. Another great way to support the show is to make sure you're subscribed on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts, and to share the show with friends and family, or leave a 5-star review on Apple. If you leave a 5-star review, we will read it on air and love you forever. This week's 5-star review is titled "Love These Pods," 5 stars, by Bryce for Lewis. All right. I just went on my first trip to Walt Disney World in April of 2025, and I loved it. I'm loving listening to these podcasts about what I experienced and what I can plan better for next time. I go to Disneyland more than I do Walt Disney World, so my favorite podcasts are the Comparing the Parks, California and Florida. I would love to hear some more of those. Either way, love Rope Drop Radio.
Oh, some love for the West Coast. I love it.
A little bit, yeah. So
yeah.
We'll see, Bryce. We'll see about that. Eventually, we'll work it in. Maybe once a quarter.
That's not that often.
That's not that often, really, is
No.
it? No. All right. Well, we'll think about working that in when we get to our show, a trip report coming up after this break. And we're back. All right, it is time to dive into this trip report. And the first part of the trip report is going to be all about Epic Universe. So if you have zero desire to hear about Universal, you can just fast forward now. No,
I don't know about that.
It's Epic. It's new, and it's epic, right? It's epic. Is it epic?
Yeah, it's huge. It's exciting.
Okay.
We need to hear all the stuff.
All right, we're going to hear all the things. And to do that, we're going to have on Michelle McKnight, my wife, my co-host over on Rope Drop on deck, to discuss all epic things and then talk about our Disney World portion of the trip, and then probably in the after show share some stories about nonsense I did on the trip. So welcome to the show, Michelle.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to get to talk about Epic for you guys.
All right, well, we're going to start with you sharing some of your background, because we have lots of new rope droppers out there. So give us a little bit of your background of Disney and Universal.
Okay, I'm going to go way back. Is that okay?
I
Ooh, how far
mean,
back? Like
in the
in the
womb?
womb?
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been better, but I don't think my parents took me. No. So
Oh.
so I grew up going to Disney and Universal almost every summer. So my parents, we would drive down every summer and we went to the parks a lot. So I'm very fortunate to have grown up in the theme park atmosphere. I was even on an episode in the audience of Mickey Mouse Club with like Justin
Wow.
Timberlake and those guys. So hey, and then also in a Nickelodeon commercial, like
That
for
is.
screaming.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're talking Universal, so
yeah.
I guess that
hmm
makes sense.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I've had many trips growing up. We actually honeymooned at Disney World
I
and
did.
Universal on for our honeymoon. We've taken our kids too many times to count. And I've been a travel advisor at touring and cruises now. I've been a travel advisor for 13 plus years, a little bit over 13 years now. So I've got quite a bit of background of the theme parks.
Just a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked because I've worked with Michelle for how many years now? Like
Five,
3, 4,
four-ish?
5. I
Yeah.
forget. Yeah, it's been a while. And I have shared rooms with you. We have big bunk mates, and I did not know that you were famous back in your childhood
I
on
try
these
to
commercials.
I try to keep some of it so I can let it out at, opportune times.
Do we have these recorded anywhere?
No, I don't think so.
We need
Ugh,
to find them
I feel like
somehow.
my dad probably recorded the
Doug,
Universal one.
get on that.
It's got to be on YouTube somewhere, right?
No, he's not though.
No, not your dad's, but
Oh,
like somebody
maybe.
has
Yeah,
something
I
on
mean,
we
I
can
just
try.
YouTube.
need it for social media.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been like not 2000. Wow. Yep, I'm not that young. No. I feel like it would have been like in the 1992-ish. So,
Talking about being famous, walking around the parks, like Lauren, you got to experience people knowing you in the park this first time on our trip for the springtime surprise, right? And that's
Yes.
a little weird the first few times. Michelle got recognized by her voice in the park the first
actually it
time.
was on
No
the
way.
cruise.
Okay, that was on the cruise,
Yeah.
right? They
Yeah,
picked you out.
I was touring Edge, the tween club there, just taking some pictures for social media, and all of a sudden this lady, she came up and was like, we just love your podcast. So I was like, okay. And
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah.
The listeners on the cruise ship were the most
And I forget your
respectful.
name, so I apologize.
That's because everybody
Yes.
was like, "Hi, I like your show," blah blah blah, and then like vanished.
Yeah. They were
Like
just,
no one
yeah, they wanted
lingered,
us
and
to have time with our family.
it was like the most respectful.
Yeah.
Like, which to be honest, I could have talked to people all day because that's what I do on cruises.
Yeah.
I would have been fine the other way, but I guess they were enjoying time with their families. Anyway, is it time to talk about Epic? Lauren, go ahead,
Yes, I
take it
need to hear
over,
about
ask the
Epic.
questions.
First off, where did you stay at? Which resort?
So we stayed at Stella Nova. It's a new Universal resort. It just opened earlier this year. It's very close to Epic. It's actually the only one that you can walk to the main gate of Epic.
Mhm.
Terra Luna is like its twin resort right across I don't want to say a freeway, but across a road that's pretty busy, and they really don't want you to walk across it because you'd be playing like Frogger.
Fun.
Yeah. So if you are choosing between Terra Luna or Stella Nova, I would definitely choose Stella Nova because you can walk to Epic.
So pick the sun, not the moon.
Sure. Yeah.
Um,
But it was very nice. I enjoyed staying at a new resort I'd never stayed at before.
it's space themed. All that stuff
Obviously.
is space themed,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
And they have a space picture on the wall in the room.
Yeah. And
Was that approved by our aerospace engineering daughter?
yeah, Sam is like,
Oh,
oh, it's actually an accurate photo. I approve. And I was like, okay, that's kind of nerdy, but yeah,
high praises.
Sam
We'll take it.
approved. Yeah. So
And how far was the walk?
it was, I would say, about 10 minutes. It
Oh,
was
so not
it was
bad.
very short. Now there's no shade. So I recommend doing it early in the morning or late in the evening when it closes. If you need to go back for a break, just take the bus because the air conditioning is going to feel really good at that time.
How
Yeah.
long were you sitting out there for a rope drop?
Not that early. I would say we were probably in the park an hour before actual early park admission. So not too bad, but
Okay.
that was like 9 o'clock in the morning or 8
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning. So the heat wasn't too bad.
So you were there at 8 o'clock for a 9 o'clock early admission because the park doesn't open until 10.
Right.
Okay.
Which is insane.
Yeah. It is just so hot by 10. Like, we can talk about it later, but obviously one of the Disney parks we rope dropped and it was like basically the sun was barely up. And that was fantastic because we were in and out before the sun, was hot.
Yeah. In the summer, it's better to get up early.
Yeah. So we did enjoy their counter service there quite a bit. They had quite a few gluten-free options for me and for my picky eater daughters, Sam and Claire. So we ate there a couple different nights, actually. We were there for 3 nights.
I think
do
all
they have-
our girls would eat the same thing together. They'd be
Like
fine.
my girls with your
Yep.
girls?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they'd be great travel companions with all the mac and cheese
And chicken tenders.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much all we eat. Did the resort have like a sit down and a counter service?
No, just a counter service, but it feels almost like a sit down because you mobile order. Like you don't ever.
Okay.
Yeah. So
They bring it to your table.
they bring
right?
it to your table. Yeah. And actually, I actually said that wrong because Sam ordered for us. So you actually order at a counter, but then they give you a pager like the other resorts do, and they bring the food to you.
Got it. Okay. And then what was your game plan as you headed into Epic for like rope drop?
Well, I don't know, actually. I know. This is
Wow.
what you guys didn't. Yeah.
Rope drop queen.
So, yeah. So our goal is just to get as many rides done as we could, just so we could experience them, right? We did buy Express Pass because I hate waiting in lines and it just scared me going into a brand new park and not quite knowing where everything was be. So we did buy the Express Pass. So knowing that, we took 2 of the rides that don't have the Express Pass. There's actually 3 in the park. We took 2 of those and decided we will do 1 at rope drop and 1 at closing. Now, neither one of them are open for early park admission, so we spent an hour in line. But I was actually okay with that because we chose to do Minecart Madness, which is in Super Nintendo World, but it's not open. That ride is not open for early park admission, at least right now. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? They did come out and say that it would be not included through the rest of the year, but I just don't really trust Universal because it seems to be changing a lot. So
right,
we'll
and
see.
this changed all right before you got there too.
Right. Yeah, it kind of made us
like the
rethink
day before you got
things.
there.
Right.
But that line is long and that line is hot. And so for us to be in it at the lowest like heat of the day was ideal for us. So it actually worked out. And we were probably maybe like the 10th mine car to go. So we were very early. One strategy here is, I know everybody wants to go through the portal, right? That shows the really cool escalator and you're like going up into the ride for Super Nintendo World. But actually, if you keep going past the crowd, right around the corner, lots of times they'll have another door open and you can kind of sneak in the side. And that's what let us go all the way to Minecart because it's on the main level and you don't have to go upstairs like you do for Mario Kart. So that's a little pro tip for you.
Clear as mud. Go to the right.
Yeah. Go to the right.
Miss
Like
the escalator.
Yeah. Like
Don't
you're not going to
go
go through the portal. Yeah. And around the corner and there's cast members
team members
checking for early park admission. They're checking the date on your key cards. And then they just let you go and you can stand in line.
Because it's like you just go past the escalator, basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember Gina saying that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you went there. You felt like it was worth it. Where did it seem like everyone was going?
Everybody was going to Mario Kart is what it felt like.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
Did you feel like a lot of people were trying to go do the Harry Potter ride right away? Ministry of Magic?
It sure didn't seem like it, but that was in such a different part of the park that by the time I got up to like all of the crowd, those people could have already been gone. So it just felt like everybody was trying to do Mario Kart. Yeah.
Right. But the Express Pass works on there.
It does. And so we actually, after we rode Minecart, we decided let's just check out the line for Mario Kart because we're right there, right? We actually pivoted and did Yoshi's, which is also right there.
Would you do Yoshi's again?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
So I was thinking that Yoshi's...
It's like a little kid ride.
It is, right? But I was thinking it would be more like the train at Islands of Adventure in Dr. Seuss Land.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go around hardly anything, and it's probably half as short. It's like, short.
Is that all out in the sun, or does it go inside or in shaded areas?
It goes into like a cave once, but then the rest of it's outside.
Okay.
So it's not great. And I thought, I can get some pictures of Super Nintendo World area, but I didn't really strike gold with that idea. So yeah. So we did Yoshi's and then we checked Mario Kart because it's right there. But the line was down the steps and kind of out the little area where the waiting is. And so we decided, actually the girls convinced me, let's not do this. Let's go eat lunch because it was about lunchtime.
That's true. 10 a.m. is when
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like 10:50 and we decided we were going to eat because where we wanted to eat was right next door to Super Nintendo World.
Where did you want to eat?
We wanted to eat at Pizza Moon.
Oh, I'm
So-
excited about this for Gracie because they had the gluten-free pizza, right?
Yes. And it was good. It was really good. And it's air conditioned there.
Okay.
And if you go early,
Is it big?
it's actually pretty big. Yeah.
Okay.
There's several different like rooms that you can go to. Some are darker than others, but overall there was quite a few tables. And they were still empty when we were leaving at like say 11:30. So yeah.
And everybody liked what they got?
Yeah, Sam didn't love her margarita pizza, but it didn't seem to have enough cheese at all on it. It seemed to be mainly sauce with some splotches of the cheese that was melted. So that's kind of Sam's thing. Like
They're trying too hard to be authentic.
right. Yeah. And I don't know if, since we're just talking about Universal, you guys don't talk about it very much, but Universal, they kind of do the allergy thing backwards. You order your food, check that you have an allergy, then the management team comes out, what is your allergy? And then they reevaluate your food choices that you've already ordered and you've already paid for. Then they go back and fix it. So
what if you order something that they can't possibly do? Did they like fix it all for you if you have to order something else?
I did it twice, kind of, and they just decided to make it for me. Like they didn't say that I owed anything.
Oh.
I'm sure if it was a huge difference, they would have
Right.
made me collect the money. But yeah, so they were willing to make adjustments too. To like Sam almost didn't get margarita. Sam almost got cheese, but it didn't happen. So.
Whereas at Disney, you go talk to them first before you order.
Yeah, and it's all in the app of what you can have, where Universal doesn't have it in the app. So it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, the mobile order
Yeah.
on Disney, the gluten-free is real obvious.
Yeah.
And easy to do.
And the weird part about Universal is once the management talks to the allergy person, then they'll actually bring out the rest of the food for the rest of the table, which is nice. Where Disney makes you wait until all of the food on the whole order is ready.
Yeah, and then
So-
your friends that are eating with you complain about their cold food
Right.
and yours is nice and hot.
Yeah. So
Sorry, everyone that's
Right.
traveled with me, mainly Alex and Kent.
yeah,
They've never complained before.
it doesn't sound like it, Doug.
No, not at all. Neither of them. All
Yeah.
right. So, what rides were your favorites rather than running down the whole day? Just favorites?
Well, we didn't even talk about the different lands though.
Okay, go talk
Yeah.
about the different lands. I'll
I
just
think
be
you're
quiet over
ruining
here.
it.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, Lauren, just take over. I'll just.
All right. So then what'd you guys do?
So we went to the dark universe area, the dark.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of went around the park mainly, counterclockwise. Nope, clockwise. We just started in the wrong spot. Anyway, and we rode the Monsters Unchained. So it was good. It was air conditioned. It's a lot like the ride vehicle that you're in is a lot like Forbidden Journey.
Okay.
And so, yeah, you do go
Kuka
kind of
arm.
what?
The Kuka
Yeah, the
arm.
arm. Yeah. We didn't do the werewolf one because the Curse of the Werewolf, because we it was starting to get kind of stormy, and we decided we'd rather just continue on and come back to it because it wasn't high on our list.
Question.
Yeah.
How was the motion of the Dark Universe
You
ride?
couldn't do it.
All right.
Is it like Forbidden Journey, right? You said you were on
Yeah.
your back a lot.
Yeah, and you, like kind of almost
The
upside
swing
down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Doug.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just stay
The
over here
technology
again.
was cool, but
Sure it was.
Was it scary? Like, can like elementary age
children?
kids handle it?
I feel like it could be scary. It's hard to say though, because I had teens and I'm not scared
Yeah.
easily. Doug could have been scared. I mean,
So 2 reasons I can't go on it: nightmares and vomiting.
Yep. Right. Yeah.
Oh.
So, but that had the express, so that was great. We went.
Okay.
We decided to skip Harry Potter area, the Ministry of Magic area, because we wanted to do that
Because
last.
nobody likes Harry Potter.
The lines were like at that point 2.5 hours, so we decided
Okay.
we would do it last. So we went on to Isle of Burke, and that is Claire's favorite area. So and it actually was one of our favorite rides. Hiccups was one of our favorite. I didn't expect to like it. I thought it would be more like Mine Train or maybe Barnstormer, like that, but it was a lot more intense than that. So
So,
More
like, what would
intense
you
than
compare it to?
Slinky Dog?
I maybe not quite as intense as Slinky Dog, but somewhere between Mine Train and Slinky Dog is what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like it's going to be short, but it's like double what like Barnstormer is.
Well, that's not saying much.
No, but
Yeah.
yeah. No. And that one took express as well.
Did you meet Toothless?
We did not.
Michelle
we focused on
did
attractions.
not meet a character.
Well, those lines are supposed
Michelle-
to. Were they like 2 hours long?
They were long. We
I
didn't
know my
even we didn't even
girls-
come near it.
My girls want to go meet him, and I was like,
If Michelle's not
I
meeting
don't-
a character,
it's not looking
Like-
good for the Shields girls.
Do you have 1 day or 2 days at Epic?
Just one.
Yeah.
That's your
right.
day.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell them, I'm like, if you want to wait in line for 2 hours at the end of the day, I will sit there and watch you.
oh,
Yeah.
gosh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we were so hot at that point because I think it was like 1:00 maybe. We were so hot, but we decided to go on Fire Drill, which is actually a water ride where you could get soaked. We got pretty wet. I hate water rides,
She does.
but I'm actually the one that was advocating for it because I was so hot.
Mhm.
It also had express pass, but it didn't help. Like we were still in line for like 40 minutes.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's not the most covered or air conditioned ride because it's all outside. So we did that. We did not do the third ride in Isle of Burke because it was didn't have express pass and the girls weren't interested in it at all. So,
Okay.
and then we did the carousel before we decided to take a break because it got pretty stormy. So, the carousel was really cool. It kind of goes backwards at points though, because it's
Oh.
like it's a very free moving carousel. Like there's a circle in the middle that kind of rotates. It's not just a circle; it's a circle within a circle at some points. So I don't know that Doug could do it
I
even
can't
if he wanted
do
to.
a regular carousel.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't know that. He had to
Did-
like tell me. I was like, "What? Who
I
can't
had
do
to
a
keep
carousel?"
reminding
Right.
Lauren of that.
It's just moving in a straight line.
Yeah, I can't.
Right? It's
Yeah,
not that hard, Doug.
There's a
No.
reason I didn't go to Epic Universe. Clearly,
Right.
would have
Mhm.
been a waste of money for Doug.
Yeah.
I would have met Toothless. I guess that would have been my.
Well, you could have waited in line for. You can come with us on our trip, and you can wait in line,
I'm
Yeah.
good. I'll pass.
and we'll just hop in when you get close to Toothless.
Oh, I see how it is
Uh-huh.
now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
carry on.
we took a quick break. I think it was like an hour and a half. We took the bus back to Selanova. Like I said, it's so close. Side note, to get to like City Walk area and the other theme parks, it was like a good 20 to 30 minute bus ride in traffic. So that was interesting. So we went back, took a break. When we came back, the storm was almost over. We rode Stardust Racers, which was another one of our favorites.
Better than Velocicoaster.
Yeah. How does it compare to that?
Sam says they're very close.
But what
don't-
do you say?
The inversions that Velocicoaster have are just more like thrilling. Like you're never over water upside down with Stardust Racers like you are in Velocicoaster. So I feel like Velocicoaster wins there. But
Okay, good. Because Velocicoaster is about the most I can handle. So if it was worse than that, I would question going on there.
it's very similar.
Okay.
But Stardust Racers seem to have bigger loops and more of them.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm not a technical person, but
I should try it.
definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not. It was almost dinner time, obviously, about this time of day. So the girls were starving, but we also wanted to kind of finish the park off, and we still had to do Harry Potter. So Sam got a DK Crush float, so like from Donkey Kong. There's a little cart over there. They got that, which is like a banana pineapple soft serve waffle bowl Fanta soda thing all in one.
Was it
So
good?
Sam liked everything except for the Fanta soda that was underneath the waffle cone. So
That
you probably
Weird
would have loved it.
combo.
It sounds like
Yeah.
Doug would have
Yeah.
devoured it.
And
Huh.
then Claire went to Isle of Burke and got a goldfish mac and cheese cone, which smelled amazing.
Those look so good. Sorry.
Yeah.
My
Claire said
gluten-free
it was
friend.
great. Yeah, I was
Okay.
not. But
That's not up your
I
alley.
can still smell and it doesn't bother me. So yeah, it was good. So we got those and then we headed over to the Ministry of Magic. It was like 8:05, 8:10, and then the park was closing at 9, which, 10 a.m. opening, 9 p.m. close is pretty short for a brand new park, right?
Yeah.
So we jumped in line. All day it had been about 2 to 2.5 hours, and we only waited about 45 minutes. So that was definitely a
Nice.
win. And it was all air conditioned because it was still hot that part of the day. So yeah, that was
And how
pretty
did we
much.
like that ride?
Wow.
People are gonna not like me because I'm gonna say this, but it was okay. It was okay.
Email complaints to Michelle at
Yeah.
touringandcruises.com.
I had a client and a friend go this last week, and they rode it 3 times in one day. Still not sure how. Haven't talked to her, but they rode it 3 times in one day, so they obviously liked it more than me. So other people are liking it a lot better than me.
Do you have something to what would you compare it to? Or is it hard to compare it to anything?
It's hard to compare because it's similar to like the Tower of Terror vehicle, kind of, because you're kind of right. Yeah, but
you also didn't see the newest movies.
That doesn't matter. I do lots of rides that I don't see movies of.
Okay.
So yeah,
I think that's fine. No one cares if you saw the movies.
Yeah,
I care.
At some point,
Just
somewhere after Stardust Racers, we did do Curse of the Werewolf. And that was probably my least favorite ride of the whole day.
Even worse than Yoshi's?
I mean, I thought Curse of the Werewolf had it was built up more. Because you kind of watch it and they're kind of spinning, and I just thought it would be better, but it was super short. We also sat and waited out another storm for about 45 minutes in line with Express Pass, so could have been part of my dampering of my mood, but
I will do it.
But
okay.
Yeah.
So that was epic.
Yeah, and then we went back to the hotel and got dinner because we didn't have time for dinner.
So.
And you guys never get on Mario Kart?
Oh yeah, we did that too. Yeah,
okay.
See? Yeah.
And how was that one? Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't ridden it at Universal Hollywood.
I've heard mixed on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are like, and some people really enjoy it.
I think I would like it.
I was surprised at how heavy like the headset thing was. Like my neck was like, how are little kids like holding this thing up? But
they're tougher than you.
Apparently, that's a thing. Yeah. So.
Okay.
All right.
You did do the other 2 parks.
Yeah.
What was it like getting from Epic over there from Stella Nova, right? That's where you were at. And then any highlights?
Well, it was a very long bus ride, especially in traffic. So like we did the first bus ride at like 5:00 because we got in that afternoon, and 5:00 was awful because even though they have some dedicated bus lanes heading there, it's not the whole traffic. Like it's not every single road is dedicated to them. So it was long. So if you're standing, it's going to be a long one.
So watch the time of day for the bus.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Now coming back, it seems to be like maybe more right turns is what Sam suggested. I'm not sure, but it just seemed a lot quicker. So, and we came back at varying times.
If you had to go back and you were doing all 3 parks, would you probably next time opt to go stay at one of the original resorts with the included Express Pass versus staying by Epic?
Yeah. If I was going to if I really wanted to see the other parks, I would definitely stay at, near City Walk or at one of the premier resorts. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just curious.
We bought 2 days of Express Pass. That was the first time I've ever had to take the bus from City Walk because we always stay at the premier resorts with the Express Pass. But we bought 2 days of Express Pass because I wanted at least one day where we could get on all the rides that we wanted to in the regular parks. So it was an experience because we only had the regular Express Pass, not the unlimited. And so So that was the first time like we couldn't ride Jurassic Park over and over, or
Right.
Velocicoaster?
There's the words.
Velocicoaster.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't even
One and
go
done.
on it.
Like I think Sam and I rode it 5 times back to back.
Ugh.
One time we couldn't do that. It was just one and done. So
Yeah.
but the big perk right now is that Hagrid now accepts Express Pass, and that was
That
awesome.
is huge.
Yeah.
That is huge. Yeah, I was trying to add on another day to our trip in August, but I have a kiddo who won't let us. The youngest, Lily, is like, you have to wait till I do my 10-year-old trip where I go with one of you, and I'm not going to that park until I'm 10. So I was like,
Oh.
Wow.
yeah.
See
Can
what
you
you
just
started.
trick her into being 10? Like, guess what? We were wrong about your birthday.
Right? No,
Oh.
she was holding on to like she wants everything to be a surprise. It's a big deal. And then like I was a middle child, so I feel like I know she's the youngest, but I have like guilt, and I'm like, okay, fine, we'll wait. So that's why we're only doing Epic, because once I heard Hagrid's had it, because that's my favorite ride. I was like, oh, let's go do that, and I got a firm no on that. And then Jake also supported her, so that didn't help.
Come on, Jake.
I know. All right. Anything else about Universal?
We rode Rip Ride Rocket for the last time, so it is being torn down soon.
Oh, I can't handle that ride.
So, yeah, we love it. Yeah,
Glad you do.
yeah, but it's gone. It's gonna be gone.
You
Okay.
said your goodbyes.
We did with our one Express Pass. Otherwise, I'm sure Claire and Sam would have rode it many times.
And then you spent the night there, and then the next morning you headed to Epcot, correct?
First, we went to Coronado and dropped off our bags.
My bad.
Yeah,
I
we
wasn't
stayed at
there
Coronado
yet.
Springs. So
I was catching a 5 a.m. flight. It's one of those you book, and it sounds great. And then you get up at 2 something, and you're like, no, this isn't right.
I would take that flight all the time, though, because it very rarely gets delayed.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of pluses.
Yeah.
Is it direct too?
Oh no. No,
Oh,
we went to
I thought
Midway.
that's why you did it. Oh,
No, but we landed in Orlando at 11:30 Eastern. So
Yeah.
that's pretty
gets the job
phenomenal.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
So-
girls and I dropped our bags at Coronado and went to Epcot. We rented a wheelchair because by then Claire was not really her hips. She's having hip surgery in a couple weeks. So we just wanted her to not be in so much pain.
I think we should have rented a scooter for her. It would have been fantastic.
No. She's learning to drive, so no.
Right, and he's complained about her
Right.
driving, but he
Yeah.
wants her to have a scooter. Got it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
she's heavy to push. It's a
Yeah.
lot of dead weight.
So we did the character spot because obviously I was having character withdrawals. And then I told the girls, let's go see if we can get on the boat that goes over to Morocco. So we did. We got on the boat that went from not International Gateway. What am I thinking of?
The World Showcase Plaza. I
Sure.
think.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And we took the boat over, which was really nice because it was so hot by then. We went and saw Voices of Liberty. We ate at Regal Eagle. And then
Because they've added non-barbecue stuff
Yeah.
to their menu.
so Sam could eat. And Claire loves barbecue, so that wasn't a problem.
Mhm.
And then
Wait, did
How-
Claire get the ribs?
Claire did.
What
Claire
did
got the
she-
big platter.
Yeah,
thing.
what did she think of that? Now that she's our barbecue not expert, but thinks
I don't
she
know
is.
that she got the best slab of them. Like I feel like she just it felt like it was hard to pick off the meat. but
Gotcha.
I don't know. She still thought it was good.
How are
Okay.
the gluten-free options there?
Pretty good. So all the barbecue is gluten free. I didn't really know
Nice.
that because we've
It's 50-50 on barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did I have? Oh,
Pork.
they had like a gluten free piece of toast instead of like a bun, and it was awful. So,
Oh,
but the meat was good. I wasn't there for the bun.
you
right?
just picked
So,
around it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was good.
Okay.
Then after that, we tried to take the boat back, and there
We
was
were
lightning.
waiting for them on the other side at this point.
Yeah.
Alden's taking artsy shots of a monorail through a bush. It was fun.
We
I'm
need to get
lying when I
some of
said it was
those.
fun. Yeah. If he ever edits them. And then so
So there was lightning.
I'm watching Life 360 and just hurry up, please come. And then the boat stopped running.
Yeah. Because of the lightning.
Oh,
So Sam helped me out because I was dying. It was so hot.
You just missed the last boat too
Yeah,
that came across.
Just missed it. So Sam helped me out and pushed up the big hill that is
Claire's heavy.
the the boat thing that goes under the International Gateway area.
It's not like pushing your kids in a stroller when you're pushing.
No, and wheelchairs just don't move like strollers.
No, it's
So
and going downhill I think is worse. Like because it goes fast.
Yeah.
Like you got to hold them up, and I miss the stroller. And
Yeah.
when they weighed like 30 pounds.
Right. I was like, so
Yeah.
now she's like 15, so it's a little different.
It's a
Yeah.
whole different thing. It's not real fun. So please have sympathy for anybody pushing a wheelchair in the parks. Like, give them a moment of gratitude or something.
Don't walk in front of them. I would say
Oh my
that.
gosh, some people like, do you have a death wish? Like, why are you jumping in front of it? And yeah, so at that point when the lightning shut it down, Alden and I headed to Starbucks so I could get a pink drink and send a picture to Alex so he could then
Make fun of you.
He then would text
Yeah.
back, were they out of real drinks? You know,
Yeah.
something like that. Or no, I think this time the response was something about his youngest daughter would be proud. Something like that. So we went to Starbucks at peak dinner time, right?
Lunchtime. Yeah.
Right. So it's connected to the Connections Eatery. Right. So everything was full, but we found a place to sit on the weird step things. And I sat there while you guys went on Guardians once you finally made it over there.
Yeah. I had an individual lightning lane lightning lane single
pass.
Yeah. For Guardians that I had made. So I was glad that we were able to get that still.
Yep. And Alden went, and then we headed to Coronado for a break. So literally Alden and I walked into the park, took some pictures. I got my annual pass magnet, had a pink drink, and then a picture in front of Spaceship Earth and left. That was my day in Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
Did Alden get to get on Guardians?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You made it sound like he did all those things with you.
It's all about Doug.
It's all about
he did do all those things with Doug, and then
But he got a ride.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Doug babysat his camera. So yeah.
Then a good break, and then Sam and I left Coronado before the rest of the crew, so we could go catch a slightly earlier showing of Villains Unfairly Ever After. So no one else wanted to see this with me.
Oh, Michelle didn't want to see it?
Nope.
Explain yourself, Michelle.
Yeah, I would like to hear this.
What kind of travel advisor are you if you're not willing to go see the shows?
We are judging you.
Yep, you judge away.
I knew she didn't want to
I
go.
heard it was a good decision.
It's okay. It's better than the Lightning McQueen show. So there's not a lot of live singing. I thought it would be like singing.
Yeah.
Like Broadway-esque. No, it's not. It's a lot of recorded music. There's some very catchy lines that they say. There's like 3 live actors in it, and they mostly interact with screens.
Oh, bummer.
It's not. I think I went into it spoiler free, right? I worked hard at that for a week and a half or however long it had been open. 3 weeks almost. No, yeah, 3 weeks. I worked very hard at being spoiler free. Might have been bad. I was expecting Disney Cruise Line-esque show, but scaled down because it has to repeat over and over and over, right? So not Disney Cruise Line, but scaled down Disney Cruise Line. It is not that. It is a lot of screens and very pretty screens. But it was enjoyable. We were next to some people saying every line with it, so it has its fans
already. That's quick.
Yeah. There's some fans already for sure, and if you love it, that's great. There's something for everybody, right? I probably won't be going back.
It didn't seem repeatable? I was kind of expecting like the Frozen sing-along.
No.
Where like they
it was
could
going to be
insert ad-lib.
The fact that the lady on the other side of Sam was saying lines with them means I'm thinking it's pretty.
Oh, bummer. I like it better where they give them some room to kind of make their own jokes or whatever.
I don't think there's any wiggle room because they're talking to screens a lot. And so I went from that to The Little Mermaid. I forget the full title of The Little Mermaid show. I know it has a whole long title with all the Google words, right? Sam did not go with that with me because you had Tower and Rockin' Lightning Lanes,
Yep.
something like that.
Yeah.
So she abandoned me at that point, and nobody wanted to see Little Mermaid. I went and um, more screen interaction, like King Triton's on a screen. There is a couple puppets, but it's mostly recorded. Ariel is live and Eric is live. I couldn't tell if Sebastian was live or a recording. I'm pretty sure it was recorded though.
I
Based off.
remember having that same issue with the old version. I could never
Yeah,
tell.
it's
Yeah.
and so the screens are very nice, but it is a lot of screens. It's not a true stage show,
Do they
but
have an Ursula, or is Ursula
a
a screen?
huge puppet Ursula and screen and screen Ursula,
Okay, that sounds.
both.
Didn't they have that? Was like the old version too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's different, but not
It
like
doesn't sound too different. Just sounds a little updated.
right updated. There's not the highlight is not the lasers through the fog.
Are there
That was
bubbles?
there's bubbles.
How did that go for
No,
you?
I was not hit. I was far enough back. I was not in the bubbles,
And
so
no one was there to push your stomach
nobody
and say
poked me.
bubbles.
Nobody was
Yeah.
there to poke me. So I was safe, marked safe from bubble poking.
Do they have any lasers in it? Or are those gone?
I don't. If there are lasers, they're not the focus like before. Like before, it was a lot of lasers, right? It was like 90s.
Yeah.
That's that aspect's gone. Yeah, it was very, very high tech screens, like high resolution at both of these, like almost like, is that real or is that a screen at moments? Especially like Hades is on a screen and Jafar in the villain show, and like the resolution of those screens is something else. I will say that. But I was very disappointed those two weren't like in the show.
Right.
Right? But they were good. It's way better than nothing. Way better than what was there. And Michelle did not see either of it because she's a bum.
So just Michelle, do you usually skip all the shows?
Somewhat, yeah, I do.
But yet she coaches a speech team and directs plays.
I'm just choosy. I mean, I went to Voices of Liberty.
That's true, which is the best live show in
So
all
there.
of the parks.
Huh.
I would do Voices of Liberty before either of those for sure. But if you have kids, the villain one could be a hair scary.
Okay.
If you have little kids, I will say the average age of the audience was different between the two shows. I did notice that. I took note of that. A lot more little kids at Little Mermaid. Holy moly. Which also makes the theater going experience, as you would expect with a bazillion little kids. Like, don't go there expecting to hear proper theater etiquette, nice and quiet, and you can hear the music perfectly, because there's going to be a kid screaming at 4 p.m. because they haven't had a break, right?
Right.
So, Villains it is darker. It is got some scary moments, but my kids would have gone at all ages. I wouldn't have cared. But I also took them on Tower of Terror at 3. So, that judge me how you will. So there you go.
So any other studios updates or comments on that visit?
We did not eat at Pizza Rizzo's.
Oh, so sad.
Right? We
ate a back lot.
And ABC Commissary. So
yeah, you brought
yours
I guess
too.
Mine too. Yeah, you brought my food
ABC
over.
Commissary as well. I carried both our meals over.
Yep.
And we do that. And we did Toy Story. I think I got my highest score ever, which I don't remember what it is, but I think it was my PR. I rode with Claire, so like Alden and Sam were giving me crap about how bad I was gonna do, but we got on the ring toss, we got it open right away.
Oh.
Claire, hit her one. I hit all the others. But yeah, but the reason I can get a higher score with Claire is that like 5,000s or whatever on the ring toss that are off to the sides.
She was getting those.
No, she doesn't get those. So you can get both. Like she doesn't.
But
I
she
don't
didn't
think she
get that
even
bad a
knows.
score.
No,
she
she
wasn't
did
too
well,
far off from
but
Sam
she
and I.
doesn't. because I had all the things open. All she had to do was shoot forward half the time. I mean, I undid
Claire's not
the
gonna like this
volcano.
episode. You are
Claire's not
dissing on
gonna
Claire.
listen.
Poor
I undid the
Claire.
volcano. We opened the robot. She did well, but she doesn't like. I was able to get all the high end targets. Like Alden would have shot half of them, right?
I mean, it doesn't sound like you're giving your partner much credit there for having your highest score ever.
Correct.
I'm not.
She
You
it sounds
couldn't
like
have got it without her.
I
she
couldn't have gotten
set
it
you
without
up.
her.
She set you up.
I don't know, actually. It would have been close. But yeah, Toy Story is good as always. But then Claire started not to feel well. What, 4 days of theme parks and
Yeah,
heat
just
and
weird food and yeah, not normal.
so went back to the room.
Yeah, you rode Smugglers.
We did.
Claire and I didn't, but you guys did.
She went through the line. She's like, I'm fine. And then we get there and it's like, you guys left out the
Right.
chicken exit type thing.
Mm.
We rode Smugglers with 2 people that had never piloted, so we let them pilot.
That was nice of
I
you.
think Alden and Sam regretted that decision to let them pilot because we hit everything. I think one time either I yelled or Alden yelled, "Are you trying to hit the things?" So they laughed as they ran into stuff. So I think I yelled it.
Yeah.
So that sounds like something I would yell.
And we had our own car, so it was very good, easy to get back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we
And
go.
then where'd you guys go the next day? Because you had 2 days, right? Or one?
Mm-hmm.
2. Yep. We rope dropped Animal Kingdom.
When you say we, you don't mean we.
Oh,
Michelle didn't wake me up.
Claire wasn't feeling quite so great still, so we just decided to let her sleep. And Doug was like, well, I'll just stay back with Claire. And then we reminded Doug that once upon a time, Sam didn't feel good, so we let Sam stay alone.
So I'm like,
It was the
okay,
exact
fine.
same age.
We'll leave Claire.
Yeah.
But then you left me.
Yeah, we left him anyway because we were just going to do Everest and we were going to do.
Yeah, what were you going to do?
We did
Dino.
have Flight of Passage. We did have a Lightning
of
Lane single
Passage.
pass for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we did do Everest a few times. We did
Safari.
Dinosaur Safari. Yeah. We were gone by 9:45.
Yeah, I was
It was
barely up when you got
Before you
back.
could even get into Epic, we were gone. Like, gosh.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good comparison. Yep.
Yeah. And actually, so here's a tip for anybody who like maybe misses a lightning lane because somebody's sick. I'm not saying it's going to happen every time, but your travel agent's not going to be your best friend here. Like this is not going to be your best
No, don't message
option.
your travel agent.
Message the app. So there's a contact us in the app and a message. Just say, hey, my daughter, like, so this is what I did. I said, my daughter and my husband, didn't make it to Animal Kingdom today because, my daughter's sick. Is there any way, whatever. And they're like, oh, yep, we'll take care of that right away. So we, otherwise we were willing to still, let it go. And
so
lose
no
the
blue
money.
tent. You could do it all in the app.
Yep.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Because
Probably
usually I'm
won't
stopping at a
happen.
blue tent.
Yeah, probably won't happen every time. But we actually did it once we left the park. I was doing it as I was like headed to my car to drive it away. And I was like, Alden, you're going to have to respond to this if they have questions. So no questions. And it was easy.
Nice.
When we got back to the hotel, Doug and Claire were up and Claire was starting to feel better. Doug walked over and got lunch.
Yeah, I went to the food court with Sam and Alden, and the food court is so slow at Coronado.
It is so slow. I remember that from the last time I
Slowest.
stayed there with Michelle. So
I
slow.
tried to talk Sam and Alden into going to the sports bar.
Rick's,
and they're like, no, let's just go to the food court. I'm like, it's the same dang food. Like, you can get what you're gonna order. You can get the chicken strips there.
Right.
And like, we can sit down. It's gonna actually be faster. Nope. They're like, nope.
And I did laundry because being in the theme parks for 4 days and then going on a 5-day cruise is, turns out I don't have quite enough clothing
or room in your luggage.
Yeah, probably both. Yeah. But it was easy. We were really close to laundry and the pool. So
And then we brought you guys back some food and we ate in the room, and then we headed to the Magic Kingdom, which is magical. I don't know.
Sure.
I couldn't convince anybody to go on Tom Sawyer's or on the Liberty Bell. I offered.
Ooh, not even for the last spin.
No one cared.
Because that's going to be closed when we go, so not an option.
Yep. It closes soon, right after the
Boo
4th.
hoo. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know why he likes it so much. I think the only times I've been on it are with Alex, so maybe.
It's true.
Yeah.
We have a
Yeah.
whole episode you can listen to where he talks about it.
I believe it. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So no one went on that, but I did get them all to go on Country Bears.
We didn't go on it. We
In
watched
it,
it.
on it, at it.
So
to
you got
it.
her to go to a show.
I did.
Yeah.
And it was
That's
Country
impressive.
Bears.
And it was awful.
Oh my gosh. She's just broken, isn't she?
Have you compared to the old version?
Compared to the old.
You guys are going to get bad ratings from this. I kind
Yes.
of dragged those along with me, so sorry.
So compared to the old show, though, think of your average person that books a trip with you. They have never been before. They go to Disney World. They stumble into Country Bears. Compare someone stumbling into the old version and the new version.
I did like the song from Zootopia. That was fine.
And that's the one that
I
gets
know.
the most hate.
I know.
Oh
See?
my gosh. But
Yeah.
the old version was so...
It was bad.
It was also
Out of
hot in
date.
there for some reason. I don't know why. I had my portable fan, and Claire admitted that it was hot too.
It was
so,
not cold in the...
Yeah.
The
I
air
expected it to be
was not
cool.
on point.
So, yeah, we did it, and we did some lightning lanes, and then probably gonna get
Oh,
tomatoes
no.
thrown out
What are
for
you
this
saying
too.
now?
Oh no.
We left before fireworks.
Oh, yeah, we were exhausted.
Yeah,
Well, if you're everyone does that when they're tired. No biggie.
but the bus ride back was glorious because we all got to sit,
Oh my gosh.
and it was air conditioned, and
Like, it was sitting at our stop, and I start kind of like, oh, that's ours. And I kind of ran,
yeah. And I said, I am not running.
but I got there, and
We
he
had plenty of
waited.
time.
He's like, we're waiting another minute. I'm like, oh. So I
Oh,
ran-
that's the worst when you run and then they're
run
like,
for
"Oh,
no reason.
you're gonna sit
but-
here another 20 minutes.
Hey, when Sam and I went to Hollywood Studios, I could see Hollywood Studios was at the bus stop, and I start running, and he
Mhm.
shut the doors and started moving, saw me, and then stopped, opened the doors back up, and we got on. I don't think I even told you that.
That's very
Yeah,
nice of him.
I know, right? And then we stopped 4 more times as we went around Coronado Springs. So I love moderates.
So
but
you
around
guys,
this-
you guys were pretty much taking the car to the other parks, but you took the bus to Magic Kingdom since it drops you right there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah. So it's kind of the only way to do it. But we had a good time at Magic Kingdom. We did a lot of different things. But we didn't do some things. Like, we never went on the People Mover Jungle Cruise, but we did get on Small World. You know, it was just kind of what was available through Lightning Lanes. And
we had a Space Mountain for after fireworks, but there was no way we were going to make
the
it there.
kids were
Yeah.
like,
I just
"No."
started stacking them up at the end of the night just because
Yeah, I did
and
that too.
just kind of wanted to take them from people. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Shots fired.
But you can only stack 3, so I
yeah,
mean,
you
blah.
can't really get much.
Did you get Lightning Lanes at Animal Kingdom and then start moving over to Magic Kingdom, or did you skip them?
I skipped them. The only one we had there was Flight of Passage.
Yeah,
Was the single.
that makes sense.
So
Got it.
that's the only part that's bad with this system is that you can't, like, because we didn't have it at Animal Kingdom, they were just sitting there and stuck
All day.
all day until we used one.
That
and
is
then-
frustrating with park
Yeah.
hopping. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
and you can
Can't
only
make
have
more.
three. Like,
For
remember-
most people, that's
remember
fine.
the old system when you
It
could have
is-
like 7
Like the
stacked up?
paper fast pass system when they didn't check the
No,
return
the
times.
last
When the
one.
Genie-
time,
Yeah,
Plus.
let's go back to the paper when they didn't check the times, and we would just collect them all morning, take a break, and roll back in with like handfuls of paper fast passes. That was the best.
and give them away when we left.
And people would
were
look at
so-
you like you're weird, and then they
Interesting.
realize what they just were handed, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, thank you." Those were the days.
We didn't really talk about the hotel. How was Coronado?
It was good. So we had 2 connecting rooms in the village area for standard view.
Casitas.
Yeah. So we were in Casitas. I think we were in
3.
4.
3.
Okay, 3. Sorry.
It's pretty good. I like Casita 3. It's good. It's not the
Like
closest
I said, it was close to the parking lot, which is we had a car.
close to
So
the bus
that's good.
stop,
Yeah, and close to the laundry, which helped us this time.
and not super far from the.
It could be
It
further.
could have been further.
Yeah,
We could have been worse to the
yeah.
to
I
the
still
food court.
prefer the tower.
Oh, the tower,
obviously, but-
Yeah.
that's a different price point.
Yeah, we had 1 room at a TA rate and 1 room at an annual pass rate. So,
Yeah.
and then I requested them to be connecting. I know that's not guaranteed, but it actually worked this time. So,
Good.
Yeah, because Sam is older than
She's
18.
19. So
Yep. So
What did the kids think of it? Because they hadn't stayed there before, right?
they really didn't.
Oh, they seem fine. They don't seem to share.
No, they really didn't care. They were really excited because they each got their own bed.
Yeah.
So they all got,
Oh,
and then I had to share with Doug.
Yeah.
So
oh,
I got the
Yeah.
short end of the stick, but
yeah, you did.
they all kind of got short end of the stick after that on the cruise. So
Yeah, they did.
yeah.
So, but they didn't complain. My biggest complaint about Coronado is it got remodeled kind of at the dawn of putting USB ports everywhere.
Hmm.
And it's before they started putting things on both sides of the bed. So like my side of the bed had nothing, no outlet, no anything,
I
no little end
hate
table,
that.
just the floor and a narrow little crevice that a human really shouldn't fit in. Like,
Yes.
come on,
Yeah.
update that. So that's probably the biggest thing. But it had a ceiling fan, so I'm all about that. I
Yeah, we
love the
like ceiling fans. We don't have one in our house, but
We do in the living room,
yeah, but not in
not
the
in the
bedroom.
bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the room was nice. It worked really well. Um, Double sink separated from the shower and the toilet. A nice heavy door to separate the sinks from the main room. So when Michelle got up at like 5, whatever, to get ready, I could sleep right through it.
Perfect.
Yep.
Sounds
So,
good. And then the day after that, you guys headed to the cruise port, right?
yes,
Yep.
we did. We didn't go to breakfast or anything.
Mm-mm.
Basically just got up, got ready, went to the car, and headed to Port Canaveral. So, in which we talk about on Rope Drop on Deck. That's already
Perfect.
out.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's our trip in a nutshell, I think.
Yeah, it was an exhausting trip, but good to get on the cruise because after 7 theme parks in 5 days, we were all ready to relax.
Yeah.
I'm always ready to relax. So, um, there you go. That is the trip report. So, if you want to book your own trip, you can reach out to our friends at Touring and Cruises and head over to touringandcruises.com and make sure you tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you, and all kinds of great deals going on right now. I feel like I should let you guys speak about any kinds of crazy deals happening.
Lauren, you want to go? You want me to?
But my usual 2026 is open for Disney World and Universal. And then the kids get a free dining plan when the adults purchase it for Disney World for 2026, which is new. Disneyland should open probably in August for 2026. We book cruises, lots of other things. There's a bunch of specials going on with cruises right now with all the lines. So that's something to look into as well.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Touring and Cruises has some deals with Royal Caribbean. So like our own
Crazy
special
deals.
deals that you can't get anywhere else.
Just
Yeah.
group rates through you guys.
It's not even necessarily group rates.
Ooh.
Nope, it's like
Fancy.
possibly specialty dining, possibly onboard credit,
Ooh.
possibly
Yeah. There's some good deals coming
yeah.
out this month with that. Yep.
Okay. All right. And make sure you go check out our new website, ropedroppod.com. Go check it out. You can join our mailing list. We have yet to mail anything with the list, but it'd be awesome if you join it. And we now have our guest page up. So we're trying to get our guests on there, and it links to the shows that they've done. So we're working on that a little bit here and there.
Did the
Go check
current
out.
guest work on that?
I think she has.
I submitted
good.
it.
Yeah, so
I'm
that will be
impressed.
on there.
Who approves it?
Doug.
Me. I don't know. I can link the show once it's live. So
Gotcha.
Awesome.
yeah. So you can check out ropedroppod.com. And then we're on social media on all the things at Rope Drop Radio. And Michelle, why don't you tell people where they can find you real quick, other than on our website?
Right. Yeah. You could actually get there by clicking on the social media links under my
Mhm.
profile. But I am Rope Drop Queen on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
All right. There you go. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for listening. For Lauren and Michelle, I am Doug. This has been another Rope Drop Radio.